Top mistakes with tomatoes can be fatal if ignored. We've always been told that tomatoes are nature's gift to the heart, the skin, and the gut. And yes, that's partially true. But here's the hidden truth. The way most people eat tomatoes every single day is quietly damaging their health, silently, invisibly, and in some cases, fatally. This isn't a theory, it's science. In 2023 alone, more than 27 studies revealed disturbing truths about common tomato habits. One of them showed that a single, overlooked mistake could raise inflammation markers by over 76% in adults over 60. And yet, 99% of people over 60 unknowingly repeat this mistake every single week. In this video, we'll expose them all, one dangerous mistake at a time. From enzyme interactions that can shut down vital medications to toxic compounds that quietly build up in your liver, the truth about tomato consumption will forever change the way you look at that seemingly harmless salad. Every year, thousands suffer preventable health complications simply because they never learned these crucial facts. And stay tuned until the very end, because the later mistakes are the most dangerous of all. But don't worry, you're in the best hands today. Joining us once again is none other than Mr. Bill, a world-renowned nutrition expert with decades of experience, a man who has guided countless patients toward better health, and who brings us not just wisdom, but the very latest insights drawn from the most trusted scientific research. When Mr. Bill speaks, you know you're hearing the kind of advice that can truly change lives. Before we begin, let's make this interactive. How old are you? Where are you watching from? And do you eat tomatoes often? Drop your answers in the comments. We'd love to get to know you better. Well, once again, a very warm welcome to Mr. Bill. It's such a pleasure to have you with us, and today is going to be truly fascinating. We're eager to hear your insights about tomatoes.
Hello, Mr. Shannon and all the wonderful viewers of our channel. I can't remember the last time I felt this excited. So, we're talking about tomatoes, aren't we? A food that can be incredibly beneficial in life, yet I'm convinced that so many people are using them the wrong way.
That's so true, Mr. Bill. So what's the very first mistake you'd like to talk about?
The first one is eating tomatoes at the wrong time. There are two specific times I always warn against: eating them on an empty stomach and eating them right before bed. Tomatoes are highly acidic, so if you eat them when your stomach is empty, they can irritate the gastric lining and cause discomfort. For seniors, this is even worse. The stomach lining is thinner, and stomach acid production decreases with age, making them more sensitive to acidity. Eating raw tomatoes on an empty stomach can easily lead to stomach pain, heartburn, or acid reflux.
That reminds me, I once read an article in the Times of India saying that tomatoes are on the list of foods to avoid on an empty stomach because they're acidic and can irritate the gastric lining, especially in sensitive individuals. This really explains why so many older adults complain about burning sensations or cramps after eating tomatoes early in the morning before breakfast.
Exactly, Mr. Shannon. Seniors should eat tomatoes as part of a main meal or a snack that includes starch and protein. Other foods that help neutralize the acidity. For example, add a few slices of tomato to a sandwich in the morning instead of eating them alone. Also, cooking or lightly steaming tomatoes helps reduce their acidity compared to eating them raw.
That's such practical advice, but what about eating tomatoes right before bed? Why is that a problem?
Again, it's because of their acidity. If you eat them late and then lie down, you increase the risk of nighttime acid reflux. When you're lying flat, stomach contents and gastric acid can easily flow back into the esophagus.
I see.
Tomato acid irritates the esophageal lining, causing a burning sensation in the chest and making it harder for seniors to sleep. Studies show that acidic foods like tomatoes can trigger reflux when lying down.
Got it.
According to the Sleep Research Institute and clinical nutrition experts, acidic foods should be avoided at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime.
I guess, in truth, eating late in general isn't good for anyone's health, but with acidic foods like tomatoes, the harm is even greater.
That's absolutely right, Mr. Shannon. And after eating, no matter what food it is, you should sit or walk lightly for at least 30 minutes and avoid lying down right away.
Okay.
At night, seniors can raise the head of the bed slightly to reduce the risk of reflux. Also, it's important to monitor your body's signals. If you often experience heartburn or nighttime coughing after eating tomatoes late, see a doctor. They may recommend acid-reducing medication or dietary adjustments to protect both your sleep and your overall health.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bill, for those incredibly insightful first points. Dear viewers, just remember these two key phrases: on an empty stomach and before bedtime. That's when eating tomatoes is definitely not a good idea. And now, shall we move on to the next mistakes, Mr. Bill?
The second mistake I want to highlight is eating too many green or not fully ripe tomatoes. While green tomatoes can sometimes be prepared into unique dishes, overusing them can have negative effects on health, especially for seniors with sensitive digestive systems. Green tomatoes contain tomatine, a natural glycoalkaloid compound from the nightshade family.
Agree.
Consuming large amounts can cause indigestion, nausea, or mild stomach pain, particularly in older adults whose digestive systems have already weakened with age.
Got it.
Unripe tomatoes also contain higher levels of organic acids, citric and malic acid, compared to ripe tomatoes. This can worsen acid reflux, GERD, and heartburn in seniors who are already prone to these conditions.
So that means seniors should really stick to fully ripened red tomatoes, right, Mr. Bill?
Exactly right, Mr. Shannon. To avoid these risks, seniors should prioritize fully ripened red tomatoes.
Yeah.
If you do want to eat green tomatoes, make sure to cook them. Cooking reduces the tomatine content and makes them safer. And when preparing tomatoes, pair them with healthy fats like olive oil to maximize lycopene absorption.
I see.
One critical reminder: never eat tomatoes that show oil mold. On soft produce like tomatoes, mold can spread invisibly throughout the entire fruit,
Agree.
not just the visible spot. Eating them can lead to serious food poisoning.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bill. But speaking of cooking, I've often heard people say that raw tomatoes are best because they keep all their vitamins. Is that really true?
Well, it's true, but not the whole picture. Raw tomatoes are indeed rich in vitamin C, but cooked tomatoes unlock something even more valuable: lycopene. Lycopene is the red pigment in tomatoes, a powerful antioxidant that protects the heart, lowers blood pressure, and helps prevent cancers, especially prostate and lung cancer.
Got it.
When eaten raw, much of the lycopene remains trapped inside plant cell walls, making it harder for the body to absorb. So here's the key. You can get vitamin C from many foods, but very few foods match tomatoes as a source of lycopene.
That reminds me, I just looked up lycopene on Google and found a fascinating study. A 2023 review in Frontiers in Nutrition analyzed data from over 2.7 million people. It showed that higher lycopene intake was linked with a 5 to 11% lower overall cancer risk, and people with higher blood lycopene levels had up to a 35% lower risk of dying from lung cancer. That really proves it's worth cooking tomatoes, doesn't it, Mr. Bill?
Absolutely. But there are still a few tips when cooking tomatoes. Cook them quickly over medium heat, just enough to soften the tomato and release lycopene.
I see.
Don't overcook them into mush, because excessive heat destroys vitamin C and other delicate nutrients. And if you still want to enjoy raw tomatoes, that's fine too. You can balance it out.
Got it.
Have raw tomato in a salad sometimes, and cooked tomato dishes at other times. Both are perfectly good. This smart combination of raw and cooked tomatoes allows seniors to get the best of both worlds: vitamin C to support immunity, and lycopene to protect the heart and fight cancer.
Wow, that's such practical and detailed advice, Mr. Bill. Dear viewers, do you usually eat your tomatoes raw or cooked? Share with us in the comments. We'd love to hear your habits. And now, let's get back to Mr. Bill. Sir, what's the next mistake you'd like to reveal to our viewers today?
Well, Mr. Shannon, this one will surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's a mistake that almost nobody thinks about.
Got it.
Yet it can quietly poison your body over the years.
Now you've really caught my attention. What could that be?
It's cooking tomatoes in aluminum pots or other unsuitable metal cookware. You see, tomatoes are naturally acidic, and when you simmer them in cheap aluminum pans or old scratched metal pots, the acid reacts with the metal. This reaction causes aluminum, or even copper, to leach directly into your food.
Agree.
And here's the frightening part. Seniors who repeatedly eat foods contaminated with excess aluminum may not feel sick right away, but the metal gradually builds up in the body. Over time, this silent accumulation can affect the nervous system, leading to memory decline or tremors, and put extra strain on aging kidneys that are already struggling to filter waste. So what started as a simple tomato sauce can become a hidden delivery system of toxic metals into your body.
That's alarming. So in other words, the better the cookware, the safer the food. It makes sense, not just with tomatoes, but with many acidic dishes. Using poor quality cookware could secretly damage our health.
Exactly right, Mr. Shannon. But here's the problem. Many seniors still hold on to old, worn-out pans, thinking, a pot is just a pot.
I see.
That's a dangerous misconception. The truth is, your choice of cookware can make all the difference. Always go for non-reactive options: glass, enamel-coated, ceramic, or high-quality stainless steel. These materials don't react with acidic foods like tomatoes. If you're making a sauce, choose stainless steel or a good quality non-stick pan. For those who prefer lightweight aluminum, there are anodized versions with a protective oxide layer. These are safer, but even then, avoid cooking very sour dishes for too long.
Yeah.
And one golden rule: replace damaged cookware.
Got it.
If you see scratches on non-stick coatings or pitting and spots in aluminum pans, it's time to let them go. That's exactly where metals leach the most.
Such valuable advice, Mr. Bill. And to our dear viewers, here's your challenge for today. Right after this video, go to your kitchen and check your pots and pans. Sometimes a simple upgrade in cookware could mean a huge upgrade in your long-term health. And Mr. Bill, time is flying in today's program. Do you still have one more big piece of advice for us?
Oh yes, and listen carefully, because this next mistake can have an even bigger impact, and the danger can strike immediately. It's when seniors with certain health conditions, or those on medication, don't adjust their tomato habits. Let me explain. Kidney disease. Tomatoes are packed with potassium. Normally, that's great. But if your kidneys are weak, they can't filter the extra potassium. The result? Weak muscles, irregular heartbeat, and in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. Acid reflux or ulcers. Tomatoes are acidic. For seniors with GERD or ulcers, tomato soup or tomato juice can feel like pouring fire into an already irritated stomach. It worsens inflammation, slows healing, and robs you of restful nights. Blood thinners like warfarin. Tomatoes contain vitamin K. The problem isn't the amount, it's the fluctuation. Too much one day, none the next, and suddenly your medication becomes unstable. That means higher risk of dangerous clots or unexpected bleeding.
That's eye-opening, Mr. Bill. Seniors truly do live with so many hidden risks. And honestly, it's not just about tomatoes. Isn't it true that sometimes the right diet can be even more powerful than medicine?
Absolutely, Mr. Shannon. And let me add another mistake, something I see all the time, relying on processed tomato products. Ketchup, canned sauces, packaged soups. Yes, they come from tomatoes, but they're loaded with salt, sugar, and preservatives. For seniors, eating these too often pushes sodium and sugar levels through the roof, fueling high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. And finally, one last golden rule. Always wash your tomatoes. Unwashed tomatoes can carry bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli. For seniors with weaker immune systems, this isn't just food poisoning. It can mean hospital stays, dehydration, and real danger. So wash them well and store them safely.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Bill. That was a massive amount of knowledge, from cooking and preparation to timing, medical conditions, and even food safety. Let's do a quick recap for everyone watching, so you never forget these lessons. Here's the truth about tomatoes, seniors. Never eat them on an empty stomach or right before bed. Your stomach and esophagus will pay the price. Avoid green or moldy tomatoes because tomatine and hidden toxins are no joke. Don't cook them in cheap aluminum pots. Acidic tomatoes pull out heavy metals that silently poison your body. If you have kidney disease, GERD, ulcers, or take blood thinners, be careful. Tomatoes can turn into a hidden trap. Cut back on ketchup and canned sauces. They're nothing but a sugar and salt bomb disguised as tomato. And always wash your tomatoes because bacteria and chemicals love to hide on the skin. Do this right, and tomatoes can transform from a risk into one of your greatest allies for heart health, cancer prevention, and long life.
Brilliant recap, Mr. Shannon. Truly life-changing advice for our viewers today.
Thank you, Mr. Bill. And thank you, dear viewers. Remember, every small change in your kitchen can create big changes in your health.
So, tell us in the comments, how old are you? Where are you watching from? And do you eat tomatoes every day? We'll be reading each reply. Until next time, stay strong, stay healthy, and we'll see you again soon.
Take care, everyone, and goodbye for now.